It's now my privilege to introduce RIMA's new Executive Director, Dave Chenevert. Like Bob, Dave has been involved with RIMA since its earlier days, as a member at first, and then later as a board member. Prior to becoming Executive Director, Dave was the president and owner of Swiss Line Manufacturing for over 30 years. Over that time, he built what was once just a small shop with a handful of employees into a successful operation employing over 60 people. So it's fair to say, Dave has lived the life. He is truly a manufacturer's manufacturer, with the scars and the stories to prove it. He's also second to none in his enthusiasm and passion for strengthening our industry and preparing the next generation of Rhode Island manufacturers who will fall behind. Just over the past few weeks, during separate meetings with the Speaker and the Senate President, both independently remarked about Dave's enthusiasm for our mission and how much it came across in the meetings with them. Secretary Breyer, and I know you've probably experienced it too. Dave is a very enthusiastic fellow. He also has a unique ability to make people excited about manufacturing while explaining in a straightforward and frankly no BS style what our sector needs to thrive. And the feedback that we've gotten since Dave has become Executive Director has been nothing but extraordinarily positive. We're so fortunate to have Dave leading the way for our organizations in these exciting days for manufacturing. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce RIMA's new Executive Director, Dave Chenevert.
The saying is that behind every good man or organization is a woman. RIMA is no exception. I have to publicly thank Maggie Ledoux, my right arm. She has worked very hard to make today's events a success. Thank you, Maggie. I also want to thank the personnel that we make Rhode Island who will sit there as well, Kelly Dawn and Bobby Jackson. It has been an interesting transition from 31 years in the private manufacturing sector to being the new Executive Director of RIMA. We celebrate today the 20th anniversary of RIMA and look to the next 20 years. Each of you will have the memento of those 20 years that was manufactured by Chemot, who has done the White House ornaments forever. So a big thank you to Chemot, Dave Marquis, for making these mementos for the RIMA organization. I'm fortunate to be working with a board that has the same passion, goals, and drive to establish the basis to take RIMA forward for the next 20 years. I see an organization that is focused on bringing value to our members, value to the manufacturing sector, and value to our partners. In the first 4 months of this year, we have held our first workshop, Marijuana in the Workplace. Unfortunately, we don't have any more brownies left, but you have breakfast. We have an energy workshop being scheduled for June 22nd and a healthcare discussion in the third or fourth quarter of this coming year. We have worked diligently to bring effective legislation to help many Subchapter S and LLC manufacturers. On your tables are copies of RIMA's 2017 legislative agenda that has been presented to the Speaker and the Senate President personally. These legislative items are from the cooperative discussions of RIMA and the Commerce Office. RIMA expressed our concerns to the Commerce Department and the Governor, and they have listened. We hope that these items will be passed in this year's budget. Most importantly, we have an administration that is putting manufacturing as a priority to build Rhode Island's economic engine. In this year's budget, the government put $3.65 million for advanced manufacturing for Dave's location. RIMA and Make Rhode Island have been instrumental over the past years in support of monies to invest in Dave's location. This administration realized the need for a top-notch vocational school to support the various manufacturing sectors. This investment, if approved by the legislature, will act as a selling tool, exhibiting to potential businesses and our existing manufacturers the state's commitment to developing a workforce to meet the needs of our manufacturers and new businesses. We have in place various organizations working together, as Chris noted. I wish to acknowledge Creek and Collin of Polaris, Wendy Mackey of the Marine Trades, Barbara Jackson of We Make Rhode Island. Together we formed a coalition of support for each other with a common goal of supporting manufacturing and creating jobs. We are fortunate to have the support of DLT in the creation of many programs, real jobs being a main tool. That helps us secure a new and educated manufacturing workforce. We have reached out to CCRI and New England Institute for Technology to work with us to create a base for education development for a new advanced workforce. This year, these organizations working with Weimar and our state government, we have laid the foundation for a sustainable advanced manufacturing economy. Our next 20 years for Weimar are bright, and with the support of our members and partners, we will continue to lead, and we will remain the voice and face of manufacturing here in Rhode Island. Thank you for my comments.